sound. I'll start over.
Holding for sound.
Oh no!
Danny, you missed your chance.
What was my
big.
chance?
They didn't have any sound. You could have been swearing a blue streak.
Oh, mother.
It's a joke. It's a joke on the film sets, of course. So everybody's always holding for sound, but never when Sam's on the film set. Now they've got us. And,
okay, now we got it. Now we got it.
So one of our favorite jokes on the film set is why does thunder come after lightning?
I don't know. Why?
Because even God is holding for sound. Waiting for sound. Yeah, that's a good one. But
I was dirty, but I'm glad you didn't go there. I was
Nice.
like, why does thunder come after lightning?
oh, okay. But hey, everybody who's in the chat right now: Kathy, Matt, Kelsey, Eddie, Scott, Adrienne, Don. We love you guys. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for being here. So usually after the show ends on Saturday night, we're all just left here talking and just hanging out and talking about the show or whatever's going on in our lives. But we wanted to open up to you guys if you have any burning questions about the show or for any performers. For like a Q&A, whether it's about what you saw tonight in any aspect or like any technical anything.
It's good you stuck around. The first question.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions coming in.
For Karen.
Yeah.
For me?
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually.
What does someone want to know about me?
Dari's in the chat. She's in the cast and she's like, she heard us talking about when Karen was like, no, who's going to ask me a question?
Oh, no, I can answer anything. Go for it.
A train leaves Boston at 3:52 p.m. traveling at 19 miles an hour.
Dari's asking, what was Karen's character? Like what was she as one of the higher ups?
Yeah, so she was the boss lady of the angels there. She was in the script. She's Gabrielle. She's Angel Gabriel. She's the messenger. So, in the idea for this whole patriot, I mean, I guess what's it called when there's a system of an order of ways that things go.
Hierarchy.
Thank you. She was boss lady, and she was between God and the workers, and so she kind of came down and hands out assignments and lets people know when they need to watch what they're doing because stuff's being noticed. I'm sure everybody works with somebody like that, and not very long. The idea, the ending that it came after like the second draft. Originally, the idea was that Jake, I don't even want to say this out loud because I don't want to skew. It had a much different ending. But after a draft and letting Kevin, Greg, and I talk about this on our Creative Journey podcast, it's like when you're a creator and you are working on projects, before you show them to to a larger group of people, you need to have a team of people that will be honest with you, and even if something's amazing, we'll still give you notes, and we'll be just like, even if they know you're super excited about something that you've created, we'll tell you this could be better. Jamie's always been that for me. Mr. Dan Franklin has always been that for me, and Jamie, after reading, we went over a couple of different ways that it could end, and in the end it was just that had to be the way. It was Jake being promoted, if you will, back into Emma's life, but in a different way. And there's all these different theological ideas about the afterlife and reincarnation, and some people are absolutely against it. And so having an ending like this, it's kind of like a risk because you don't want to alienate anybody who believes in certain things, but just in this universe, I felt like this idea was right. If you watch Sparked, and again, I'll say it again, like I never thought that the story would continue after Sparked, but if you watch Sparked, Jake's really there because he remembers that Emma wanted to have a big family and wanted kids, and that's the pressing question he asks her when they're together is, why don't you have a family? Where are the kids? And so not ever planning a second or third chapter, I felt like the third chapter had to be about Emma's children, and the fact that in this version of the story that includes Jake, not like directly her child, but is in the family of her friends and her friends' kids. It felt like it kind of had to end that way. It's like having kids. I think anytime you create something like Danny, what's the favorite song you've written, Danny Carey?
Oh, um, I don't know. It depends on what.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like Ashley Morgan, what's your favorite Fault Lines album?
The limit does not exist.
You love them all.
They're very different. I mean, Sparked, just the two that have been done. I mean, not to answer your question because there isn't an answer, but they're so different. Like the production value of both of them. I mean, we shot Sparked in one day with no lighting. We were just, and then the Flame we had a much larger crew, multiple days, all the film lighting and all the stuff, and
Yeah,
um, the experience was very different for both of those.
it
Also,
certainly was.
Paul, the Spark, the first one, I haven't seen either of these,
Mhm.
and the white cross that you had in the background when you were sitting in the car was so impactful. Like that was brilliant. And I heard you say that you had a lot more money on the second one, but honestly, Danny, I was so engrossed in the story and your acting, I didn't even notice. Like,
Oh,
I
I wasn't saying that like it was a bad thing, but
yeah, it
thank
was
you. It was just
great.
a totally different experience.
Yeah, it was really. It
Yeah.
looked very. It was very impactful though the way it was with that low budget, the deli, and then the cross. It looked great.
Good.
Thanks. Yeah, I was what I was going for in the first one was that very handheld, fly on the wall feeling of just being there with these two people as they experienced this. And so what was really cool was I was able to the camera work in Sparked was two of my friends from Disneyland who do um, wedding videography because they're so good at just capturing moments in life. And we had a low budget, and I didn't want to like hire a like make have lights and this and that, and so it would all of Sparked happened. I think our call time was like 2 p.m. and we wrapped at like 11 p.m. So it was like the shortest shoot ever. We did that entire film in an afternoon, and we could have kept like getting more takes in the parking lot at night, but I remember it was 40 degrees, or it was like 38 degrees, and we were just all huddled around in the parking lot like, fuck, this sucks. So yeah, we got it,
How long
let's
did
go
you
home.
shoot? Okay.
But yeah, Denny, to your point, that was all like that was that background. The church was lit up with those Christmas lights because we filmed at the end of November in 2015, and that was all just decoration that was there. They lined their cross with the lights, and we showed up in the parking lot with the obviously the permission of the church, and we shot that night, and it was a lot of fun, and
But did
yeah.
So
Yeah, it looks so good.
agreed.
Still, and the message is still spot on for both those movies and this one too.
Well, it's timeless. I kind of, I talk about it a lot, but the theme that goes throughout anything that I write is trying to remind ourselves to focus on the moment in the day, and remember that we could be gone tomorrow. And if you think of any projects that I've made or written, like that's deeply woven into it. And just I, the ironic thing is, I write about that a lot, and I need to remind myself of that a lot because I get so wrapped up in what's coming up and what I'm working on, and meanwhile my kids are tugging on my arm like, daddy, play with us, and I'm like, hang on, I got to get this ready for the show this weekend. But it's like, I don't know if it speaks to me because I realize that it's part of my life that I need to work on, or if it's just like this is what my creative work is here to remind myself and other people.
Well, it was a great story that
like
we
doctors
heard.
and nurses next, right?
Oh yeah.
When you finally get the next one, you know you already have a cast here.
What is what? Oh, casting the next
Yeah, I
one.
said we can all be here, you know, in the final movie, playing like all the doctors and the nurses and everything.
That'd be awesome. It would be a lot of fun to shoot that last movie. It's
Yeah.
the tech, all the technical stuff involved in it would be tough, but never say never. Is there anything about anything?
No more questions in the chat.
That's fine. What? Any questions for our cast here tonight about anything at all that you watch on the variety show? Paul, write a movie about Grandpa. About that's funny. Scott's remembering my 99-year-old Filipino grandfather. He was such a character. He's great.
I have a question about that Sarah Bareilles song.
Oh yeah.
Where did you find it and how? I mean,
So, yeah, I am. It's so embarrassing to admit, but I'm like, every song I pick, like I spend so long trying to pick the perfect song.
I can attest to that. She changed her song on the cast song list throughout the week at least 10 times. At least.
And I always had like in a parenthesis, or maybe the song. and you know, because I was doing stuff and you know, I found like a cool version of, you know, all I want for Christmas is you, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that. There's one in minor, there's one that's duet. It was, and I was like, and then so finally I just was like, okay, I'm gonna look one more time, and I literally just typed in like best new Christmas songs, and most of them I was like, oh, it's okay. There's a Norah Jones one that was all right, but then this one popped up, and it just felt so meaningful in this time.
is it new this year?
No, it's only a few years old.
Because I've had my Christmas station on for the past 2 months. You know, there's only 7 songs out there, and I can't believe that wouldn't be in the rotation.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's
Like,
gorgeous.
The harmonies. I mean, of course, Sarah Bareilles of the piano is just wow, and yeah, it just, like I said, it just gripped me, and that's what I do when I look for music. Is I sit there and I'll listen. I'll be like, this one's pretty good. This is good, but it's not the one. I don't feel the spark, and then finally. I forget what day it was, but finally I was like, "This is the one! Yay!"
Jamie
I agree. It should be all over the place.
So there's been more than 1 week where she said, "What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?" And I just finally look at her and say, "Yes, do that one. Are you sure? Yes, do that one."
This week I went, "You're just saying that at this point, right?"
I believe it. Ashley Morgan, did you edit your video again this week?
Which one? The fault lines or the?
Both.
I edited
Any of them. Yeah.
That is
Ashley
so
Morgan,
great.
the video editor.
edited both of them.
Yeah.
Guys, video editing is hard.
Yes.
Oh my god, I know.
All you guys that do it, it's great.
You guys stretching your wings and learning new things for sure. But jumping back to Sarah Bareilles, Jamie, yesterday morning, I'm driving to work and she calls me. She goes, Sarah Bareilles has a song called Delight. And if you listen to it, it's perfect for your movie. And I was like, is it a brand new song? And she's like, no, I don't think so. I think it's been out for like a long time. And I was like, okay, awesome. And so I listened to it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song. It's called The Light. And it's one of those things where, like, if you listen to it through the lens of the film, yeah, you see that. But Sarah Bareilles is amazing. Our Sarah Bareilles week here on the Vaudacity Network was like, we were doing the show and it was a Sarah Bareilles theme. And I'm looking over and I'm like blinking. We had like 700 we were in 700 households at one point or something like that. I was like, what the heck is happening? And at the end of the show, we had like 7,000 views, like right at the end of the show. And then like that never happened again. So I don't know if Sarah Bareilles is just like the magic, whatever that makes things, or YouTube just pumped us out to like everybody that one night. But that was a fun night.
Luck of the draw.
Yeah.
There's a couple of questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Don Emery was asking for Danny, is it easy for you to get in character? Because you were spot on as Emma tonight.
Emma is very close to my actual personality. So yeah, yeah. The answer is yes. For her, it is pretty easy. So and because I've gotten to play her before, um, it definitely kind of flows back in there. Thank you.
And Pam is asking, how about more script readings like this?
Oh man, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I need at least 1 or 2 weeks.
And I gotta go back and see. A lot of the time, I'm just in my head worried about what's happening, because I think it was maybe RC's mic that was just like scratching.
That was driving me nuts.
And we had like all this music was set throughout the whole thing that I thought we would be able to hear, but we only heard it at certain times. So I'm thinking, like, is the audience hearing it? I'll go back and watch. But and the backgrounds, and Sam did all of the background designing, all of the technical stuff that made it all work. And so I'm not joking when I say, like, doing that reading tonight was like so weird. There were so many things involved, and we were talking about it. We had a rehearsal last night for it, and Danny and I were saying, what's really hard is when you're reading a scene and you're reading the lines and you're looking at your scene partner. That in itself is tough enough to, when you're not memorized, to look at your line, and act with your scene partner. Here in this format, we're looking at the lines because we're not memorized. We're looking at our webcam, who is our scene partner, and not seeing any of the performance from our actual scene partner. So, like, there was the whole thing just felt super disconnected to me on my end, and especially, you know, with my producer brain going, are they hearing that? Are they hearing music? Is the scratching? Is the dogs? Are we in the right? But like with Sam at the helm, and I just like, I take my hat off to you, Sam. Like, you worked your ass off for this.
Thank you, man. The whole point of it.
Sam, please.
Yeah. The whole point was to, you know, do it for you as a Christmas present, and for Danny, and for the whole entire cast who did such a phenomenal job for the first 2 parts. I know most of you don't like to go back and watch your work, but I sure hope that you'll go rewatch this YouTube thing, because I think that how it turned out was really awesome, and it's a good picture of what we can accomplish with a little bit of extra production value. And I think that people definitely heard the dog, and they definitely heard the scratching, but I believe that they also heard the music too, because the music actually comes to the feed after Zoom. So it was going to Zoom and it was going to the feed. So I think it'll be okay. Things that you can't help at the last second, like Danny was a little low and you were a little hot, but I can't stop the show and say, Danny, turn up your mic, Paul, turn your mic down. So you just got to roll with those sort of punches in this sort of format. But I hope it was enjoyable. From a technical standpoint, obviously the talent was amazing, but I hope that what we did for this contributed a little bit to the tech side to kind of bring you into the scene a little bit more, so you didn't have to imagine all these white rooms and the BMWs and the hospital beds. They were kind of there on the screen for you to see. So I think that was pretty good.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Real quick. You know, it's always a pleasure to be on the show, but today was a privilege to be an audience member. It really, really was. I didn't have to do much. It was pre-video, so I got to watch all of this amazing talent, watch your creation, and watch the creation of all the people that were involved, and be an audience member, and that was a true privilege. I really appreciate that, because it is sort of you're gifting your baby to the world and hoping that they don't think it's ugly, and that's a very fragile thing to do. So thank you for letting us see that and see that window into your mind. I appreciated that a lot.
He's the man. He writes good stuff.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Darren, and thank you for bringing your talent to this family, and for saying that. It is a scary thing. It's a super scary thing, and I remember, I'll never forget. Like we did the premiere of The Flame in Santa Ana at a theater filled with people, and after it was over, after they left, I just kind of was just like, what makes it okay for like me to do this? And I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but to write something and to make something, and people like, not only do people work on it, but people work on it for little to no money and come together to bring this to light. And then people come and sit in the audience and watch it. And you're just like, at least for me, I'm just like, what? This makes no sense as to why anything that I'm putting out there like deserves this amount of attention, let alone all the talent and love and creativity that goes into it. But I think that as me thinking outside of myself, like I think that every creator like experiences that at some level, at some point, whether you're singing a song or you're doing improv comedy. It's just kind of like, what am I doing here? And we, as creators, don't like, validation is such an interesting thing, and especially in this age of like doing stuff on the web. But if you stop and you think about it too hard, I've found you'll just freeze. You'll just get frozen and never keep creating. And so I just like, that is always occurring in my brain. But I try and shut it off and just focus on what my heart is telling me to do, and that's how I've always operated, and that's why this is this.
Well, and you've been gifted with some amazing people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's not that's not to be taken lightly. I had a similar experience where this last summer I did a virtual production of a show I wrote, and it was the same kind of feeling, like, why are these people here doing this for me? But then I thought about them, and I'm like, they're amazing people, and they're gifting me with their time, and they believe in what it's amazing, and you have that around you, and that's, that is a testament to you, but also a testament to them, and the fact that you guys all met and found each other is really amazing. So,
but you both know the other side of it too. I mean, Paul, you've done, you did Christmas Vacation for virtually no money, and you spent so much time, and I mean, I felt the same way in that instance where it's like, wow, all these people are coming together. They're putting their time and energy and talent into something. But it's I mean, and I've told you this before, Paul, I am drawn, I think in general, people are drawn to those who make, gonna cuss, shit happen. And it's, like you say, like, I've got this cool idea for a project, and it's like, okay, sounds great, I'm on board, because I know that you follow through and it becomes something, and whether anybody makes money or it wins an award, it doesn't matter. It's just you get to create together, and obviously we can't all do that all the time because money, but I think we all crave working with our friends and being creative. So when you know that something's gonna be followed through on, wow, words really followed through on, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's easy to want to be a part of that, and but I know, Paul, you've got to experience both sides, and I'm sure, Darren, you have too, where you've joined in on another project. So,
and Paul's not a dick. Like you started the cussing, so I'm going to keep it going. Paul's not a jerk, right? I mean, that's the other part of it. Yeah, you can get things done, but there's a lot of people that get things done. But all of our time is valuable, and if I'm going to put my time into somebody, I want to be with somebody that's of quality, and that's the other half of it.
That's the great thing about this whole damn network that we've created. Started from a little Facebook page that nobody was checking out. Now we have a YouTube. Now we have thousands of people at different points tuning in. We had over 1,000 people watch the show tonight at different times. That's just amazing. So let's keep rolling on this channel and keep our creative energies focused in the same direction. And great things are going to happen for each and every one of you on this screen. I guarantee it.
Paul, here's a question from Heather in the chat.
Right before we get to that, Craig, thank you for keeping us on that. I had two thoughts before we take more questions. And thank you. If you have questions, keep them coming. And anybody who's here, if you need to go. But one thing I was going to say was also like having the blessing of talent around you to make stuff happen is one awesome aspect of how this all came to be. The other is just like it's kind of out of your control, and it's your situation, and this situation in particular was just like being hired by a company like the Walt Disney Company 15 years ago that gave us opportunities and gave us employment for a number of years. But the biggest thing that came out of it, and I could bitch and moan about how shitty they treat people and their employees till the sun comes up, as I'm getting let go next Friday after 16 years. But like the biggest thing is just like not only the performers that we've met throughout the years that have become like our teammates, but our teammates who are the audience members and our support system that makes that is there for us week after week after week, year after year after year. So many people in the chat that are there right now, like I met as they were like watching my show at Disneyland 6, 10, 12 years ago, and are still here like supporting things that we do. So I like, it is an embarrassment of luck with the talent that have become our friends and family, and it's an embarrassment of luck of the support system that has also become our friends and family. And I appreciate everything that everybody is as far as all of that goes. But then the second thing I wanted to say was, to Sam's credit, just to wrap up the end of the answer to the last question about doing table reads. We've done a couple. We did the Haunted Man full-length feature read live, and we did the Dreamer full-length feature read live. And what we did with those was kind of like exactly like this. Was we had a cast there and an audience there, and we projected the backgrounds and we had music. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of people in this family, in this network, that have been writing stuff and have been creating stuff, and are I think we could definitely do more of these dramatic readings that could happen live on YouTube. And Sam will never have a gray hair ever, because he just like is at the crux of putting it all together.
No, but now that we did it, and I know that we can do it, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Craig. We tied up those loose ends. And again,
absolutely.
Anytime
And
anybody has to go, just go ahead and go.
If I may just say, Paul, one of the things, as you were discussing before I asked this question, the one thing about this family that is holding it all together, that is keeping this going, in my opinion, is love. The love of everybody.
Yeah.
Working with you and for you. So, and when I say for you, I don't mean just the cast that you see here, but I mean for the audience that is watching.
Yeah.
Now, Heather was asking, what would it take for you to actually film and produce The Light?
Well, after having been working on my current movie for the past 4 years and just not even being quite done with that yet, I just don't know. Like, if I was just like a Hollywood person, I would say this amount of money, but I'm not. So I don't know. I don't know what it would take, but I remember when Dani was pregnant the first time with her first child. I was like, we got to make The Light while Dani's pregnant. Can we get together and can we just do that before she has a baby? And I don't know how long I can act like I'm the same age as I was in those films, but
I was gonna say, you have it written that we're supposed to look the same as we did in Sparked. I'm like,
it's supposed to be 2 years later. It's supposed to be 2 years after The Flame. So I mean,
Please change that little
you're
detail.
5 years and 2 babies.
Yeah, we could. That's right, Amanda.
No,
I'll
it's
just
interesting.
Yeah.
change the script to
Okay.
it was 7 years ago. And like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
A hard 7 years.
Oh, one of those years was 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are you saying that there's something that's holding you back from wanting to do it besides just the practical things of money and equipment and stuff? Is there an emotional thing that you don't want to do it?
No, I would love to do it. I would absolutely love to do it. But every project that I've worked on has been like a new lesson for me. I didn't go to film school. I didn't graduate college. I have my associates from a community college. And so like every project that I've done and worked on has taught me new, amazing lessons. And I think that the Haunted Man, the project that we're working on finishing up right now, has taught me, really put me in my place in ways that like I don't. I learned a lot about the post side of it and what kind of attention goes into. Like I can shoot something, we can shoot something, but then having the right people in place to it's like to make everything else happen on the post part of it would that's something I need to explore, especially for this movie. What the light would be, but I mean, I would absolutely love to. I feel like I kind of feel like it needs to get made. So I mean, I'm excited to see if and how that could happen.
Well, you've got the rest of this pandemic to, like figure out how it's going to be. Yeah. We'll have to wait till after this is over.
By the way, Paul, with all of the great numbers tonight, I do think I speak for everybody here when I say that 99 was the best number of the night.
That was a good time. Did we? Oh. I'm like, are you joking? You're joking.
Totally joking.
You're joking.
Like, not even like a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I really want to thank David and Bella. Bye. Good night. Love you.
Love you.
Love you all. Thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you.
Bravo, Danny.
Yes.
Thank you.
Newborn baby in tow, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm gonna hop on and sing a song and do a reading."
Like he's still sleeping, so that means I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
You gotta sync it up. You should be asleep.
No.
Sleep.
Sorry,
I'm glad the screaming didn't wake their kids up. David Benjamin, Bella Phillips, Drew Shuffman. That's the 3 new acts. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the family.
Absolutely. Bella, we have to talk about the VHS camera that you shot your video on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's partly my fault because I zoomed her way in and I changed the color and I tried to bump up the. So we did a lot of post production on Bella's video, but the next one we're gonna work together. And it's gonna be fantastic for sure.
Yeah, I definitely need the work I can get. So I would appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Hit us up. We'll help you out.
The song was beautiful. You did such a good job, and thank you for being part of this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hunter and Frank had to talk about Frank's Fez for a minute.
I really was just talking about what Dan said about Frank's Fez when inquiring where it came from. And he asked, "Where's your Fez dispenser?" That's all I had.
Yes, that was amazing, and nobody responded to it.
There were a few comments in the chat.
People say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'll do 20 minutes.
No, I got it. I just knew Dan,
I did not get it until
being brilliant.
after the curtain call.
And you put it in the chat. Oh, I just got it.
Yes.
It would have been a good follow-up if he'd lifted the fez and candy came out.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Yes.
Next time. Candy canes.
9 Pez pieces.
Yes. Daria, were you saying something?
Oh, I just wanted to say back to the, with the scripts and stuff and how you've been an inspiration for me personally. Like when I went to go watch The Flame, we went out to the theater and watched it, and I got my AA in theater arts. And it counts. An AA is a degree.
AAs count.
Paul. And because I had to change it from English, so I decided that I wanted to do directing. I mean, I always liked directing. I did a little in high school, but after seeing you actually do things, I was like, oh, it is possible.
And you know what's cool is when you get a chance to do it. I remember looking at Danny, the first scene we shot. on set of Sparked was her waking up in bed, like the end of the movie. We're at this hotel room and shooting that scene, and people were asking me like what angles and what lighting, and I was like, wow, is it, like, obviously I was like, yeah, I want to direct something, but then when it came to actually doing it, it was like really weird at first, and then it just kind of felt like, oh, okay, and then you slide into the groove. And I have to say that, like, I can't say enough about how important it is to surround yourself. This is like goes without saying, but to surround yourself with a crew that understands you and your language and knows what you want. You can say a few things, a few words, and drop off, and then they get it. And that's why it was fun. I had a great time. I didn't spend enough time talking about it tonight, but co-directing The Flame with Jamie, because Jamie loved the script so much, and then having like your spouse direct your performance in a movie was really interesting, because like they know you better than anybody else in the world, and they know like what you're capable of, or how to give you a note that guides you to exactly what they're looking for. So that was a lot of fun. And I think that for anybody who's like looking to try different things in a form that you love, like so many of you in the cast have done tonight, shooting, directing, editing your own movies for this week to week, just surrounding yourself with the right people is 90% of the battle. They say, and one of my best friends that I can't remember his name says every time that 90% of directing is casting, and that's so true. But it's about more than casting, but it's putting the team together. So as a director, as somebody with a creative vision, like, it's all about the people that you put in place, and the rest of it is just like icing. Jared White. I'm sorry, Jared White. I love you. Like, whoa, went straight up on his name. Okay, so anyway, I don't want to keep people just to sit around. Are there any other questions? Are we good?
I don't see any more in the chat, at least.
Let's do a thing where we go around the horn and just wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll go in order of what I'm seeing on the thing, with Denny starting first. Denny Siegel.
Unmute.
Hold up.
Yes, sorry. I was muted in the film too in the beginning. Just wish people things. Is that what you said, my dear?
Or just any closing thoughts for the night?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was so interesting. What you said. Sorry, there's like some kind of feedbacky something happening somewhere. I thought it was so interesting what you said, Paul, about going like, I can't believe I have permission to do this. And that's part of the reason you're such an inspiration to me. First of all, your generosity of spirit has always just, you don't just try to promote your own stuff, but you try to raise everyone around you up, which is amazing, and a really good thing for me to see as someone who's just looking to like move out of her ego and be more like you in those ways, and Jamie. But that idea of like, what right do I have to deserve this? I talked about this. I was lucky enough to be interviewed on Quarantine with Friends a few months ago, and I talked about this. And like, you don't have to be an actor or an artist for this to apply. Like in the book called The War of Art, he talks about this with everybody, the resistance that keeps you from doing your bliss and your joy, and it was so clear to me from elementary school. All I ever wanted to do was write and act, but that message of what right do you have to do this really messed me up, and it knocked me out of the game in some ways for decades. And I'm first trying now to embrace it and to realize I deserve to be happy. And like I just say one more thing. I just want to throw this out in case it helps anyone. But until I really started doing the kind of work that I'm doing on myself, and a lot of it is spiritual, and I don't want to get into exactly what it is. You can talk to me one-on-one, but I don't even think that I realized like being happy felt dangerous, and holding myself down felt like some kind of a weird virtue, like wearing a hair shirt. Like, not only am I not full of myself, I don't even like myself. Look how humble I am. And that's not actually, I see Karen smiling, it's not actually humility. It's a weird, twisted kind of pride, because I'm not doing my service, and I think, just to wrap it up, Paul, I think the secret of it is, and I don't want to like knock myself, I'm not a horrible person, but I think that I was all about what makes me happy and what makes my ego gratified. And when people are laughing, it makes me feel good because the parts of me that are missing are now feeling gratified. And when I'm doing that and it's all in my ego, I'm not trying to uphold anyone else. I'm trying to be the funniest person in the room. I still grapple with that. And I'm like getting a little emotional, like with joy, because I'm starting to shift out of it. So that's why I'm not trying to put you on a pedestal. But when I see people really caring about other people, I think that's why people want to work with you. So I just want to share that. Like, I just want to share that holding yourself down and not being happy doesn't buy you anything. And you can be happy and unselfish. So anyway, that's what I'm learning right now. And yeah, cheers. So
Love you, Denny. I love you so much. And like I mentioned during the show, we just talk on the phone about how much we love each other, and it's just love and appreciate you. Karen, you're next up on my Brady Bunch.
Oh, great. I want to unselfishly promote and plug myself, you guys.
Yes.
Well, you were talking about, writing with your loved one. My boyfriend and I wrote a Christmas movie, and it's on Showtime. And if you could give it a little watch, it would help us so much.
Yeah.
It's called American Christmas, starring Tara Reid. And
oh wow.
We need to get the word out there. We spent all of our money making it. We have no money to tell anyone. So if you need to wrap presents and have something in the background, yeah.
So
just
wait, tell me,
have it.
you wrote a movie, you made a movie, and it's on Showtime now?
Yeah.
And this is the first we're hearing of it?
We can go look for it.
Yeah, you can search it up on Showtime right now. It's also on Amazon Prime. American Christmas.
Whoa.
I'm literally wrapping presents.
On Prime?
I'm gonna throw it on.
Yeah, and you know what? It's something to watch. Just watch it.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna say in an unselfish moment, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, Karen Bond is possibly the most brilliant human being I know, and you should just watch whatever.
So true. And if anybody out there who's watching right now is not watching Friday Nights with the Vodacity Improv Players featuring Karen Bond and Denny Siegel, oh my God, this improv is brilliant, and you guys need to be watching it.
Thanks.
And American Christmas on Showtime and Amazon Prime, written by Karen Bond and her boyfriend, who she locks out of the apartment while
Often.
she.
Amazing.
I just don't like him in here. Let's get him out.
Send me that trailer immediately so we can start promoting it on our little corner of the planet.
Oh, yeah?
Please. Yeah.
Let's play it on the
yeah.
in the thing before we leave. We'll play the trailer for that. Could we play the Haunted Man trailer too? Oh, gosh,
No.
You almost have a new Haunted Man trailer. Why not? Okay. Karen, congratulations. I had no idea you were a screenwriter. I had zero clue.
Thank you.
We've never met. We don't
Never
know
met.
each other other than just being on these shows together. Can't wait to hang out with you someday.
I know. Someday we'll be in-person friends.
Yeah. Let's do drugs and stuff.
What?
That's what I do. Drugs.
I tried to think of the most random thing we could do together for the first time we meet, and that was the first thing I thought. Let's go wash cars together. I don't know, that'd probably be better. Anyway, love you, and can't wait to meet you. Daria and Christina. Open table, open
I
thought.
wanted to touch on what Karen said.
Watch American Christmas.
And are we frozen? Are we good? Well, I just wanted her to send something to Sam, and then we could promote it on Instagram. But in general, I definitely want to say thank you to Paul for bringing us all together. You're the redeeming factor of 2020. And you've definitely inspired all of us. Oh no, are we frozen again?
See, Denny, you hear this? You hear this?
frozen?
They have the exact same internet that you used to have, Denny. That's the AT&T DSL.
Boy, I had no idea there was another better way until Sam showed me. I thought they were all the same, like milk, like different brands of milk, but it's all milk. I had no idea.
Now they're officially frozen.
They're frozen.
So quick side note, because I'm such a sentimental guy, I never like. So this is the end glass that Jake was drinking out of in the flame. It's the same glass. I still haven't broken it yet. Knock on wood. And this glass.
What's funny is it was fine.
Oh, there they go.
And this glass is in the Haunted Man. It is Stephanie Wall's character's wine glass in the Haunted Man. So it's a good time. Side note, that's all. Christina, are you back? No.
Are we?
If you guys can turn, I mean, as much as we'd love to see you, if you can turn off your camera, let's try to hear you from that. No camera.
Yeah. Make your internet.
There you go. Now try it. Now
Can
go
you
ahead.
hear us?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I was just saying, thank you for bringing us together. You have been the redeeming factor of 2020. I think we all have got through because of this. And I kind of wanted to say about New Year's, just in general, I don't care what anyone says about 2020, we had a lot of fun this year. We had a lot of good moments. So that's what I have to say. If anyone could hear me, I don't know.
Yes. If ever there was a silver lining.
Wishy.
Stop it.
Oh,
Make
she
me wanna take
wishied
my
you.
shirt off. I'm gonna have to take my shirt off now, Paul. I apologize.
Here comes Naked Darren. Yeah, I mean, if there's any silver lining out of this year, it's been obviously all the cool stuff that we've done here on the channel for sure. Craig, you're next on my Brady Bunch.
Well, I kind of said it already in that the love that is here in this family, in what we have done through this year. I mean, even more so prior, but definitely through this year to help everybody get through this year. I'm sure a lot of us look forward to not just Saturday night, but Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and then whatever happens to come up in between. Because it is such a nice way that we can still be together, even though we're not physically together, to hug and enjoy each other's company close by. At least we are here and we are enjoying each other. And we, from my standpoint to everybody watching, I love you. Thank you so much, because this really means a lot to, if I can speak for everybody, to us as well as you. We really appreciate this amazing thing that we are doing, this thing in a place that we are doing. And Paul, thank you for so much for facilitating it and making this possible for all of us.
No, thank you. I've said it a million times, but it's just so true. I look forward to Saturday nights. It's what gets me through the week, and it wouldn't without all of the things that come along with it, which is you guys, all of you guys out there. Frank.
Hey, thanks for having me be a part of this again. It's always a treat, and as I mentioned, I shout out to my cousins in the chat who are watching from the Bay Area, and they're pretty much loyal watchers whether I'm here or not. And
Avila, love that.
Yeah, they love all y'all. Even Craig, it's a mystery, but they do
love Craig too.
Yeah. But thank you, and I just want to say, to everybody, peace, love, and air hugs. Because we're so close to the end of this. You've done it this far already. You can make it the rest of the way. Don't give up. You got this.
Hearing you say those words puts me so much more at ease. Than hearing
we're so close. I mean, if they'd rushed things through, in September, it would have been a different story. But we're here now, and we can make it.
Love it. Thank you, Frank.
Peace in your respective hoods.
Next on the Brady Bunch square here is the Benjamins, Amanda and David. David.
Oh, David.
Oh, me.
David.
David.
Special. I just want to say, I really appreciate you guys having me on the show tonight. I've been watching for months now. I mean, really ever since Amanda started performing on it, and it's just been such a fantastic thing to look forward to every week. And yeah, contrary to what Paul said earlier, I'm actually not a professional pianist.
What?
Oh, I started learning piano when I was 10. I wanted to stop playing soccer, and my mother told me, well, you got to do something else outside of school. How about piano? And I thought, okay. And I ended up majoring in music, and I love it, but I don't really perform at all. I've always had horrible stage fright, so doing the video is kind of a good first step to try and get beyond that. But probably tonight, more people heard me play tonight than I've ever performed for.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
that means a
awesome.
lot to me. It was pretty cool, and hopefully I can keep contributing to the show, because it's awesome to watch the show. You guys are all just incredible. The table read tonight was so engrossing. I forgot it was a table read until the scratchy microphone part. But what are you gonna do? I mean, it was just
It's live.
It was incredible.
It happens.
Right.
It's live. It happens. But you guys, your acting ability just took me completely out of the the headspace of, oh, there's a table read. It's not really film. It was just amazing. And so being able to be on the show and give back a little bit is a really neat experience. And I've been a little bit jealous of my wife because she's so incredible, and seeing her perform every week. I'm like,
I have no idea what that's like.
So anyhow, thank you so much for having me on the show, and I will certainly be back if you let me.
Absolutely, we would love that. And thank you for lending us your wife every Saturday night. It's not meant to sound as bad as
every
it sounds.
second half of the week, she'll kind of disappear and she'll be
Yeah.
practicing, and she'll reemerge to say, should I do this one or this one?
Love it. And Amanda.
Oh man, there's so many things I want to say. I'd probably take like my own whole show just to say everything I do want to say. I guess I just kind of want to take a minute and so we're talking about spreading the love and everything, and this time is really, really hard for people who suffer from depression and anxiety and other difficulties, and this time has really exacerbated it. And having something like this, even if you've never suffered from it before, if you suffered from your whole life, having something like this for us in a family, or I hope for people in the audience, having this kind of consistency and family time in a time when we can't have that. We're in a bubble of two people. We don't see anybody else, and having that has been such a comfort and a joy, and I hope that we have been that for all of you guys who watch us every week as well. Like I said, just having this has been amazing. I don't know where I would be without it, and so thank all of you out there, and thank you, Paul, for putting this together, and everybody who works on it.
Amen,
Thank
amen.
you. You've been a blessing to the show for sure. We love having you. Ashley.
Is it me already?
Yes.
Well, not to sound redundant, but this, I just want to reiterate how amazing this community has been. Like when everything just started closing down in March, and I saw my gigs disappearing, and just being terrified of like what the next year was going to be, and the way that this family and community came together is really incredible. And going into summer, I was thinking like, there's no way, like even fault lines, like there's no way we're going to do anything. We lost all this momentum, and we were able to put on a live show with everybody's help, and Vaudacity streaming, and Sam, and like everybody that put it together for us. Just like it's just incredible. And I feel like we've kind of beat the odds this year. Like we really pulled through together as a community, and it shows like what a family this is. And Paul, thank you for being kind of like the head. There's so many like people that are involved, but like thank you for putting this together and like making this a possibility for us, because this is incredible. And that's not diminishing anybody else, like, but it's just incredible. And what else? Just going into this holiday season, it really sucks that we can't be together. I love to host Christmas parties. It's killing me that I can't like have people in my home right now and decorating and like.
Oh my God, please invite me and be a real friend with me when this is over, and we'll come to your Christmas party.
You are invited anytime, Denny. Oh my God, yes, please. It's killing me, but I just want to encourage everybody that if there's anything that this family has proved, it's that you're not alone. You have family We are all together. We're going to get through this. We're like almost through. We're so close. And I'm going to get on a little bit of another soapbox and encourage people that this is a really good time to donate blood if you want to. I'm wearing a shirt that I got from American Red Cross Center. I actually had COVID in March, so I've been able to donate plasma. And if you have the antibodies, you can donate plasma every 7 days, and it helps. They use the antibodies from your plasma to help COVID patients in the ICU. And right now is a really good time to donate. But whether you have the antibodies, plasma's needed, blood's needed, everything. Val Chaikin, if you guys know Val, piano player, Val Caterpillar, she and I, whatever it is, we started a team, and it's called Don't Stop Bleeding.
No.
Don't Stop Bleeding. You can thank Todd
Oh.
McCall for that one. He came up with that name. We have a team through American Red Cross. You can, and it shows like how many lives you've impacted. So hit us up, message us, and we'll send you a link to like join our team. But it's a way to give back, and it's great.
Awesome.
Yep, love you guys. Merry Christmas. I wish we-
Bleeding down the boulevard.
Yeah.
Can I just suggest
all the puns are welcome.
hemoglobin?
Yes.
We also have like girls just want to give blood, but we didn't want to be like, it's not just girls, it's boys too. Everyone is welcome. There's other ones. I'll message you guys. There were like so many. Just message me all the puns, please.
Wow.
Okay.
That should be an improv game.
To get coming up with these puns, you have to go to an Ivy League school.
Oh, no.
Oh, David.
Oh, who said that?
He does this all the time.
David.
Oh, yeah,
David.
Like this is constant stream.
Yeah, she rolls her eyes at me.
But
Used to it.
I think that we should try and make like a big video, Ashley, where we all sing, you know, a song to encourage people to go out and donate.
Yes.
I have one more.
Denny, you can write it.
Poke my vein. No, but David's was great. What did he say? Ivy League College? That's hilarious.
We could start a new improv game, like finding new bands to play at your next blood draw.
I will faint.
Darren Ingram. Darren.
Oh, hey. Hey, a couple of quick notes. I want Frank to narrate all of my regular day movements.
Yep, that should be an improv game as well. That should be.
That just is a necessary thing. Something that Denny
I
said.
have very
that
reasonable
kinda
rates.
I actually want you to just follow me as if you're not there, just narrating things. That would
Darren,
be
6
don't
feet
spend
away.
time to the bus
For a
yourself. Someone gotta
very,
pay for that.
very reasonable upcharge, I can also, like 3 guys, and you'll have theme music.
Love that.
Now, the guy with the rim shots, if you like accidentally say something funny sometime, that he's you know a lot extra. But I don't know how much more I can do on this bit.
That's
This is
okay.
why I don't do improv
I think
with
where
you
you'd
guys.
really come in handy for me is when I'm lying, because then you can tell
He
them,
really
but he was
means it.
lying.
Darren, would you rather have the narrator, or would you rather have me behind you singing Living Spaces?
If it's that or the Cars for Kids commercials, you're done. You're done. I'm done with you.
She didn't do the Cars for Kids commercials.
Yet.
Won't you please donate blood for kids? BLUD, blood for kids.
So something that Denny said that actually struck me. I've been talking about this for a while. You know, about personal growth and all that. Everybody in this group, people on the screen, people not on the screen that are part of this, behind the humor armor, intimidate the hell out of me. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in an inspiring way. There is so many amazing, powerful, talented, and intelligent, wonderful, beautiful people. And, you know, the 20-something me would have been terrified to be involved in this, to hear about a movie that somebody just put on Showtime, to hear about a band somebody has, to hear about a book somebody wrote. I mean, just terrified. And the fact that the people in this Zoom room, are so giving and so open and so wonderful in helping people and wanting to bring people to whatever it is that they're doing is so amazingly cool, because all of us have been involved in the business. We have run across people that suck. We all have. And the fact that everybody here, one quick thing, I'm sorry for tangenting, but my daughter is autistic. And I told Paul, hey, I want to have her on the show. And I mentioned, you know, she does have some challenges. It's hard for her to talk and, you know, have conversation. There wasn't a beat. There wasn't a, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. It was, how can we help her feel more comfortable? And I just want you to understand what that means to a father of an autistic daughter who wants the best for her. And to know that the people in here are some of the best. And to be given that open hand of, come join us. That's an amazingly powerful thing that could absolutely crush someone who's insecure and motivate somebody who's willing to take that hand. And I am so grateful that there are people like this in the world. So, there you go.
We are grateful for you, and I'm sorry that you have to sleep on the floor in your office.
No, man. He brought that because he knows the show's an all-nighter. So
That's
he
it.
just take a
He
nap and
loves
pop right
it.
up.
That's it.
So, love you, Darren. We love that
man.
you and your entire family are involved in this. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bella,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity to join the family. So obviously not a lot of you guys know me or who I am, but just long story short, I've been performing theater and I've been acting ever since I was like a teenager, like middle school. And I'm only 23, and especially being within like this industry and people like in this group who are like how you said, like so giving and so welcoming in this positive environment, like it's especially means a lot to me. And during this time where there's just so much going on in the world, I'm just so grateful to have gotten to know and stuck around to meet you guys, and I can't wait to work with you guys even more. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For in. Appreciate. Can't wait to get to know you more.
Thank you.
Todd.
Unmute, I suppose. Well, I don't know how I follow all those. I don't know what else to say. I just want everybody to have a great holiday, and it's been such a stressful year, spending so much time, you know, within the walls of our own place here, just trying to keep our brain functioning, and something like this on the weekend or even during the week or whenever is such a great release, and it's been a great time. And, you know, remembering all of our times all the way back to show number 1, back in that hall, and just, you know, thoroughly enjoying the whole ride. And I don't think that I've ever been the top rung of anything that we've been working through here, but I've always felt included, and I just appreciate that, and hope we can keep going.
Todd, you are absolutely top rung. What are you talking about? Top rung.
Well, I try.
Word.
Do my best.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but
I'm not trying to be, you know, self-deprecating too much, but it's just amazing to look at the pool of talent that we have here, and I really hope that we can, you know, capitalize on that and just do amazing things as it rolls along. I mean, who knows where this is going to go, and it's sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned.
Me too. And I say it every week, and I mean it. Like, this show should have millions of people watching it every week. It should. I think. Hunter.
Hey.
Hey.
Greetings and salutations. For once, I have very little to say, except that Darren, I actually mentioned you in the Lovecast on Thursday because your rendition of Cat's Cradle and the accompanying story was just so not only touching but obviously memorable that I had to play that song this last Thursday just as remembrance of your offering.
Well, and for those that don't know what the story is, Cat's Cradle, if you know the song, I literally changed my career so that I could be a father. For one time, I stopped performing to be a father, and then I was on the road and heard Cat's Cradle and stopped being on the road to be a father again, because, yeah, I only got one chance at doing this right. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And this from the man who's praising other people. Sorry to interrupt, Hunter, but like I just want to jump in. Like your whole thing, Darren, was about being intimidated, and like I'm sorry to interrupt, Hunter. That was so rude. But that moment just inspired me because I was sitting here thinking the whole time, like you're so funny and you seem so kind and your family's so amazing, and I still remember you as a Vita with that turban at the top of the stairs, you know, and you know, and like you just. Like as far as the value of a human being, like look at what you just said. So, you know, we're all intimidated by like other people's externals, and that's not. We don't. Anyway, that's all. Sorry, Hunter. I just wanted to, you know, say that.
Right. I'm glad you did. As I said at the opening of this, I have very little to say for once. Even though Don wants me to talk for 13 minutes, I'm gonna have to. Disappoint him by 12 and a half. Sorry, Med.
Don is a huge fan of Sam, and he wants this to be a 7-hour show.
Well, if I can help, you know, the fact that Hunter, in his sort of, you know, the sexy fireplace voice, said, "Darren, I talked about you the other night." Is it wrong that turned me on? Is that wrong? I mean,
no, not when
I was there. I was there. Yeah.
If it's Hunter, nothing's wrong.
All right, just saying. You know, had a moment.
We all have moments with Hunter.
There was inflating to my ego.
Type.
I have a car. I can get to Big Bear.
Hunter, I know where I can get a cat scratching post very quickly. Very quickly. It's for your cat. It's for your cat.
Not.
I just had this image of Danny walking in with the poster.
I don't know if you were done, Hunter, or if you just
I'm
wanted the 7-hour show as much as we do. And as I said, ironically in the chat here, we want it to be a 7-hour show, but Sam's the last one to speak. So Sam.
So Sam, you have 10 minutes.
Perfect. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we got you.
Okay, just making sure. You know, this has been a really weird year for everybody. I had an injury that's kept me at home for 10 months and literally on my back 2/3 of the day. So good news is that it happened this year when nobody was able to do anything. But the big takeaway for me is over the past decade, you know, you have heroes, not Superman, but people who entertain you and are incredible at what they do, super talented, and that's everybody on the screen. And when they become your friends, that's truly special. And then when they become your family, that's what I think the meaning of life is really all about. And I have so many wonderful family members who I wouldn't trade for anybody in the world on the screen right now and off, that I'm so very thankful for to have in my life. And despite the injuries and not being able to do, you know, what I want to do, get out there and walk and work and live life like a normal person, the amazing things that we've accomplished this year are incredible. I mean, for Paul to have the vision of, you know, let's not stop doing the online variety show. We only did one in 2019, but, you know, let's keep it going. And after number 20, why can't we do this online and do it every week? And for it to start on a little Facebook page and then kicking and screaming, man, you should have heard the arguments with me and Craig and Paul about, why do you want to go on YouTube? Everybody's on Facebook. We shouldn't be on YouTube. And here we are. We have done 229 live shows in six months. We have reached 183,000 people with our content, and that is unique visitors. we have had 61,000 hours watched. That's just amazing. And going back to seeing Paul perform on stage, or Ashley in the Mad Tea Party, and knowing that though those shows are now closed and now people are losing their jobs, here we still are. We're still getting these amazingly talented people out in front of new audiences every single day. And though I'm so very proud of everything that's on Vaudacity, I'm probably most proud of what we did tonight with the light. I think that turned out just incredible. And especially the Fault Lines gig, and being able to put together a concert for Fault Lines. And after traveling hundreds of miles to watch that band perform and seeing them in countless places, countless times, to actually produce something that, like, man, if somebody in New York or LA saw this, that owns a label, this is a music video that could get them signed to something huge. And we did that together, collectively. We don't have training. We don't have bachelors in college to create this stuff. We just wanted to. We had the will to do it. And when you guys show up every single week, all of you, and you make the awesome videos like Silent Night with the Ingram family, for example, that amazing edited video, everything Ashley's doing now on her own, all of you guys, when you come, Todd with his Mad Tea, oh my gosh, there is a top 1,000 list of the amazing things that we've done. And to think that it's not because we're getting paid to do it, a bunch of money, or we just want to. We want to create something, and we want to stick together. That is truly touching. And so if we did not find the meaning of love, humanity, and Christmas this year, nothing will ever teach us. So I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. And I thank you all for making my life a little bit brighter in such a difficult year. Thank you.
Love you, Sam.
Love you
bringing
guys.
it home. But Frank had one more thing to say, I suppose. Is he here?
Yeah, and this could be as long or as short as you want, depending on how late we want to go here.
I've heard that before. That line is that is not a good line to say, man. This could be
6 minutes shy
this
of
could
me.
be as long or as short as you want it to be.
Okay,
Depends on how long you want to be here.
For all of the lovely people in the chat, from the Library of Congress, the 1966 Orange County White Pages, and hand to God, this is the page that I opened at random. Emory, Albert W., 777 Via Los Altos, Laguna Hills. Emory, Alice, 918 South Anaheim, Anaheim. Emory.
He's reading the phone book.
Alvy W. 16302, Arlington Lane.
Did my sound effect not play?
This for my voicemail.
I'm the guy that didn't get the Fez dispenser joke. You think I'm going to pay attention to your music sting?
Oh, okay.
Hey, before we go,
Don Emery, I swear this is the page that opened when I clicked the random 1966 phone book. I didn't mean to stalk your parents if they're from Orange County, I assume.
It would have been better with the dramatic music. I did that one time. Somebody said that on Facebook one time years ago. I'd buy a ticket to watch Paul read the phone book, and then the next picnic I had really dramatic music, but then I read the phone book and it was a good time.
Wait. I just did a bit that's been done on the show already.
It literally has been done, and it was good.
I am fired. I'm sorry.
You're right up there with Paul, Frank.
But yeah, I mean, people were asking for it. You gave people what you wanted. There it is. So
ask and you shall receive. I'm a giver.
we could reach past midnight tonight. I want to thank everybody who is here. Everybody's still here. We're still in 42 households across the world, and it's almost midnight. That's crazy.
They're all dead, Paul.
Oh, they're all dead. People fell asleep, and it's just on. That's the thing. But let's watch the trailer to Karen's movie.
I would love to, but I can't download it. I can't download it.
Why?
Your screen.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Hold on.
YouTube link. Oh, you're gonna share?
Hold on.
Everyone in the world can get Amazon Prime. Everybody.
I even let you share. Screen share is enabled because you yelled at me.
I know.
Oh
If
my
it's
gosh,
over
you
2 minutes
guys.
long, we get the 7-hour mark.
All right, let me try this. I'm gonna go crazy. Here we go.
Aren't you in it?
Boom.
Yeah, I'm in it.
You're in the movie too?
Uh huh.
Oh, I
Why
thought-
write a movie if you're not gonna put yourself in it?
Okay, are we
What do you
ready?
do? Okay.
All right, here we go.
Let's try this. Cross. Hold on to your butts.
Love it. Is it? It's American Christmas. Is it supposed to be like American Pie?
We
The
have
logo?
no affiliation with that
okay.
franchise.
Yeah.
If
right.
if it is similar and has one actor that is the same, it is completely coincidental.
Yeah.
Is the twist that it's mincemeat?
They're people. They're people. We have 1 minute left, so I've got a movie to show.
Perfect.
And where was that preview when we needed something to make a joke about in 99 candy canes? Because totally could have been like,
Keep sucking it.
Just keep sucking it.
Darren, I'm on it.
Is there anything I can actually do for you today, sir?
I want to see her again.
Unfortunately, I am not capable of making her appear. It's just not possible.
But it has already been done.
Do you recall your findings in researching your ghost bride?
Murdered on her wedding night. High caliber revolver in the bridal suite. Killer never found.
Even if we did another investigation, but there's no way to guarantee that any results we find will bring you peace.
And that brings us to midnight.
That is just some legit shit.
Yeah,
I
that was
will
really
say-
good.
Well done.
What?
Man. That was nice.
Thanks.
Trailer number 2.
Yeah, coming up.
So awesome.
All right.
Coming soon.
Yes. All the Kickstarters know we're doing our big Kickstarter screening on the 1st of the year. So we're looking forward to that. Finally sharing the Haunted Man with all of our Kickstarters 4 years later.
Yay.
Love you guys. We did it. 7-hour show. We stretched over 2 days here. Sam's been working on the show since 9 a.m.
No,
And,
since like Tuesday.
I love you, Sam. I love you, everybody. Denny, yes.
I just been wanting to say this. I know I talked a lot, Chucky, but as a writer, when I used to people would talk about movies, they would always talk about the director, or sometimes they'd talk about the star. But as a writer, I always was like, but you would have the movie with another director or another star. It wouldn't be the same movie. I'm not saying directors aren't important, but you literally wouldn't have the movie without the writer. It came out of the writer's head, and they never give the writer enough credit. And I just keep wanting to say that without Sam and you and Craig, this wouldn't exist. So we're all great, but we're all interchangeable. But the three of you literally make this happen every week, and I just really wanted to acknowledge that. Thank you so much.
Nobody is interchangeable, but we all play an
Well,
equal role.
I mean, we're all special, but what I'm saying is it would not happen. If I don't show up one week, it's going to happen, but you guys literally make this thing happen. And so just wanted
Thank
to
you.
acknowledge.
And thank you for everything that you do, Denny, and everybody else.
Exactly what Sam said. Everybody else, everybody here, everybody watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Sunday, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.